Christian Horner has described how Red Bull beat Mercedes to the signing of Max Verstappen as an incredibly talented 16-year-old. It came down to a battle of two uncompromising Austrians, Helmut Marko and Niki Lauda, after the karting arena had been beating about Verstappen's potential. Hi guys, I am your host Ali, and first story on Solangi Racing is how Red Bull beat Mercedes in signing young Verstappen. In 2014, Red Bull managed to sign 16-year-old Max Verstappen, although Max had an offer from their world champion rivals, Mercedes. Very next year, Red Bull provided the Dutchman his F1 debut with their sister team, Toro Rosso, in the Australian Grand Prix, less than 6 months after his 17th birthday. Only 14 months later, Verstappen was promoted to the senior Red Bull squad and remarkably won on his debut for them at the Spanish Grand Prix to become Formula One's youngest driver to lead a lap, finish on the podium, and notch a first victory all on the same day. Currently, the 23-year-old leads the Drivers' World Championship standings, which shows why there was such an intense struggle for his signature back in 2014, as Horner recalled.
I first became aware of Max after hearing his name through the karting jungle drums and through contacts who I communicated with, but it was only when he got into Formula 3 that suddenly his talent really started to stand out. It was at Silverstone in his first race. Here was a guy who had done no junior racing at all and had jumped straight into Formula 3, which in those days was considered a big step up, and suddenly he is running at the front and winning races. He was also doing it in a car that didn't belong to a traditional front-running team.
Horner recalled that right from his Formula 3 days, it became obvious that Max was a potential star of the future, and it was at that point Red Bull's advisor, Helmut Marko, really started to pay closer attention to what he was doing. Marko also told him how Niki Lauda was trying to sign Max for Mercedes and was also asking him his intentions. Once Marko came to know that Mercedes was also pushing for the young prodigy, he put all his efforts to provide Max what Mercedes could not provide: a race seat.
Nikki was pushing hard, and it was a bit of Austrian pride between Nikki and Helmut who was going to get him. The advantage we had was the cockpit we had available at Toro Rosso and taking that risk. So we agreed the deal, and the moment he first got in the car later that year to drive in first practice at the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka, he was sensational.
Extra feed. Aston Martin F1 owner, Lawrence Stroll believes that his son, Lance, is at the same level as teammate Sebastian Vettel this season.
I think Lance does an amazing job. He's only 22. Whether it's his performances in qualifying or his podiums, you know he's fighting with Sebastian this year, they're probably about the same level.
Nico Hülkenberg says the Formula 1 chapter of his career will be well and truly closed if he doesn't find a seat for next season.
I think I know how it will go. Everyone can calculate that for themselves, and I have no illusions. The doors of the top teams are closed for me. I have to be that realistic. If it doesn't happen now, the Formula 1 chapter is closed for me.
George Russell says he has no idea whether or not a move to Mercedes would guarantee him the chance to compete at the front in 2022.
We are obviously going into a season with massive regulation changes, and we have no idea what the future holds for every team. As we've seen in 2014 and 2009, nobody would have predicted the outcome of those results, and obviously it's a bigger change now. So I'd say wherever I end up next year, what is required from me as a driver doesn't change.
That's it for this video. Guys, if you are an F1 fan, do subscribe to our channel and get daily updates on F1 as soon as they happen. Until next video, take care and goodbye.